Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah wa alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Welcome, guys. We're going to be discussing this term, Homoousios. Let me give you some history about this term. This Homoousios was the term that was used in the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. Okay, 325 AD. This council was organized against Aurelius of Alexandria, who was a bishop that was causing some controversies. Okay, so this council was brought in to settle the whole thing, because it was causing a lot of problem in the empire. Anyway, this term that was used, a lot of people signed to this word, but they didn't clarify what it meant. They just knew that this guy Aurelius would not accept this term. So we're going to be going over what does it mean, what is this all about, and what was the whole problem about. And I will show you why some people signed on that day, and they ended up becoming heretics also later on, when people found out what they really meant. So in a way, this term is a very ambiguous word, and a lot of people think they understand what it means, but they don't. I'm going to be going over different meanings that it can mean. Now, Homoousios, okay? You hear when the Christians want to talk about the Trinity, they will say there are three persons and one being, okay? When they say that one being, what they are telling you is that they have the same ousia. Ousia is being. They have the same being. They have the same essence, okay? Now, is it one essence? Do they have one essence? Do they have the same essence? Or do they have similar essence? This is where the controversy lies. Which one are you going to choose? Now, before the Council of Nicaea, there were some people, they call them the Modalistic monarchians. The Modalists, they believe the Father is the Son and the Son is the Holy Spirit. Okay? They believe they are the same person. They are not different. Okay? So, them, if they were using this kind of language of Homoousios before the Council of Nicaea, and they counseled them, like the bishop at that time, I think in Antioch, okay, there was a synod in Antioch to anathematize them, to counsel them also. And this same term was used in the Council of Nicaea, and somehow everyone signed on to it. So this was the problem where, if you don't understand what this term means, you might be falling into these different categories. And I'll show you why you would choose a position today if you're a Christian, okay? Now, do you think this Homoousios means one ousia? Do they have one ousia? Do they have same ousia? Or do they have similar ousia? Now, I already told you ousia is being, essence, okay? Now, Monoousios, the people, the Modalists, they believe they have one ousia. The Modalists, the ones that believe the Father is the Son and the Son is the Holy Spirit, they believe there's only one essence there, one essence. So them, they are saying, strictly speaking, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, they might be modes, but they are the same one ousia. The Modalists, and they are heretics, by the way, they believe this. Now, the other guys were, the Arians. They are saying no, they are not the same essence, because the Father is not the Son, and the Son is not the Holy Spirit. So they cannot have this, they cannot have one ousia. It has to be, maybe they have similar ousia or something like this. So they have a position of heteroousios, okay? Meaning, strictly speaking, we can say that they have the same essence, but in the real sense, they have differed. And I've explained this many times. If you have two different human persons, they have differed. Therefore, you have two human beings, not one. Okay, in a way, you can say there's one humanity, but strictly speaking, we are all human beings. Okay, so the heteroousios, that's the Arian position. Now, the other position is the Homoousios, that is vague. Homoousios is saying that they have same essence, but not in the strict sense like Monoousios. Do you see? Now, which position are you going to take? If you say that it is Monoousios, one essence, they are sharing one being. You know, these guys are, the apologists, they are always saying that they are sharing one being. What do you mean one being? Do you mean it in like the Monoousios? If you say it's Monoousios, then it's modalistic. Because the modalists believe in Monoousios, that there's only one essence there. If you believe there's only one essence there, and they are sharing it somehow, then none of them can have it fully. You cannot say they are fully God anymore. Because if you want to maintain the distinction of the persons anyway, okay, if you want to maintain because the modalists don't distinguish between the persons, they say they are equal. Therefore, they can maintain that they have one essence. But if you want to maintain that the persons are not equal and there's only one essence in the Monoousios strict sense, then the persons, they cannot be fully God. That will be the consequence. And so I hope you're following. Is it one? If you say it's one, literally one, then you're a modalist. If you say it's literally one essence, then the persons will collapse into themselves. And there won't be any distinction between them. Because if you find any distinction whatsoever, for example, the church fathers said the Father is uncaused and the Son is caused. That's a difference. That is enough to distinguish them. The modalists won't say this. The modalists won't say the Father is on cause and the Son is cause. They are equal. If the moment you have maintained that distinction, that they are not the same, therefore you cannot appeal to that anymore. Therefore, you have to say that the Father is not the Son and the Son is not the Holy Spirit. And they say that. Therefore, now, can you say that they have one essence anymore? Are you just confusing us? If you say you have one essence, do you mean it in literary sense, or you are saying it in a vague sense? That's the other part. When you say they have same essence, like same, we are like me and you. I'm human, you are human. We have the same nature. We have the same human nature, but it doesn't mean we are literally the same. Okay, this is where the Arians checked out, and I'll show you some church fathers that signed and meant something different. Okay, meaning they were accepted at that council, but afterwards we found out what they really thought about it, and they were anathematized anyway, or they were slandered or whatever. Now, have you seen what I've painted for you? So choose the one you think it is before I start showing you which one it is. Okay, so now the first person I would like to mention is Marcellus. Marcellus of Ankara. Okay, he's from Turkey. This guy was a modalist. They later found out, maybe they already knew anyway, because the distinction was not very clear at that time. This Marcellus of Ankara, he was thinking about it in Homoousios. In fact, that council of 325, many modalistic monarchians, they liked it. I've seen modern modalists saying that council actually supported their belief, because everything it was saying, it was supporting the Homoousios doctrine. And the modalists would be like, yeah, thank you. That's what we have been saying. Okay? They were condemned before. Now their language was accepted. So the modalists, they celebrated. So Marcellus of Ankara is signed that document. Okay? Against Arius. Now you have Arius that is thinking about it in a strict sense. How can you say the Father is not the Son, and then you are saying they are the same? Literally, one, you are saying they are one literally, and they've differed. So he's saying no, they have differed, therefore you have two beings. You have at least two beings there. They can be similar. Let's say they have some divine thing about them, but they are not literally the same. So this is the Arius position. Now, another very important person, Eusebius of Caesarea. You see this Eusebius guy? Very important. Okay? Very, very important guy. He is from the East. Okay? So this guy, he believed something different. Eusebius, he actually supported Arius in a way. But that council, if you don't sign that document, you're out. I'm telling you, you're out. So he had to sign, but he signed it while having something else in mind. He signed the document, but he was thinking about it, that the persons have differed, therefore they are not the same. And you have people like Athanasius later writing against this guy. Athanasius was one of the church fathers in that council also that was championing this Homoousios stuff. So they knew Arius didn't like that, but people like Eusebius, they're like, no problem, Homoousios, but we have our own meaning for it. Okay, and later developments after the Council of Nicaea shows that they add different meanings. Okay, so Eusebius is some people call him semi-Arian. Okay, semi-Arian because he supported Arian. Okay, he didn't see any problem in what he was saying, because of course they have differed. We are not modalists, so why would we say they have one essence in the literal sense? So these people were trying to maintain orthodoxy to themselves. They think that is orthodox position, that you cannot say there's one. It has to be similar. They have similar essence. They have, just like two human beings. They have human nature. I have human nature, but I have my own identity. You have your own identity. The Father has his own identity. The Son has his own identity. Therefore, they cannot be one in the modalistic sense. It has to be similar or same in vaguely. Okay, so that's Eusebius. He also signed the document just to avoid the eviction, or what do they call this thing? They will send you away from they will remove your bishop position. They'll send you away. You are literally destroyed, basically. And then you have the Pro-Nicene. The Pro-Nicene are the other guys that later took over and they became the most powerful ones. And them, they are saying the Father is not the Son and the Son is not the Holy Spirit. And then there's one being. That one being, they have different ways of explaining it. And I'm not even ready to go into that. But this Homoousios alone is very, very complicated stuff. And if you think there is one being, like some people say, you have other problems that you don't realize. So I want you to research on this Homoousios stuff. What does it really mean? Okay, does it mean all of this? I think I'm just going around the whole thing. But I just want you to, if you think about anything, you want to contribute to this, if you have some explanation else, apart from this, I think there should be also Homoousios that is not strict, that is vague. Okay, we can say we are one. I can say we are one family. I can say we are one human. All of us, we are one. All humans in this world, we are one. But we are not one in the strict sense. We are just one vaguely. Okay, so When we say one, do we really mean one really? When we say same, do we really mean similar, same in the strict sense? When we say we are similar, maybe we are saying we are similar when we say we have one. So what is the difference between all of these guys? Okay, so I just wanted to share this with you guys. So if you've learned something new, put it in the comment section. If you have any question, put it there. So see you guys later. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.